crazy, yo.
Oh my God! What's up? I say what's up? I say what's up?
It's your boy, the Video Game Votary here. So as you can see in the intro, we got a chance to hang out with the one and only Gamer Aimer. We got a chance to check out her game room. We also got a chance to shoot some footage. So let's get right into it. We're gonna check out the game room. Then we also want to get into a conversation with the one and only Gamer Aimer. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, the Video Game Votary here with a very special episode. We are live here with
Gamer Aimer in the game room.
Yes, sir. We are here in this beautiful game room. And what I want to speak about today is how to organize your game room and compliment her on such a well organized and just beautiful game room.
I do appreciate all of the kind words.
All right, guys, so we're back. I want to ask you, how do you decide which piece in your game room that you want to decorate around and kind of build around and put emphasis on that particular area?
So as I kind of go through like the different video game systems, I try and pick some of my favorite games in different franchises. And then once I lock in on one that I like Pokemon for instance, for the Nintendo 64, then I just kind of like build upon that. So I take some of my favorite games, favorite franchises, and different characters, and then I just start kind of creating, you know, like little shelf pieces that can add a little bit more towards that game.
Okay, so out of this beautiful game room, what would you say is your favorite theme?
So I'd have to say we have to stick to some of the originals. There's video game, you know, all of those different characters that we have. We have Mario, we have Sonic. So those two right there. You have the Sega rivalry, and you even have the Nintendo, just going back and forth.
Yes.
You know, back in the day, I'm sure you remember.
Yep.
Growing up with it. So I would have to say that those two are like my favorite to kind of go through.
Okay.
Because there's so much of that stuff. You have so many different Sonic characters, and then you could just add and build different figures with the different games, the different little statues, the collector's edition statues that they keep releasing. And then even with Mario, there's everything. There's so many different oddities for the Nintendo Entertainment System and just so on.
Yep, from clothes to cereal.
Nintendo, it's for breakfast now. Nintendo, it's a cereal. Wow. Nintendo, Super Mario Chunks. Nintendo, peanut fruit flavored crunch.
Toys, even like right now, the Super Mario movies get ready to come out. You get the toys from McDonald's. All these things are different items that you can use to complement certain themes and areas in your game room. Size matters.
Pause.
So, all video games come in all shapes and sizes and forms. So, when you're building around a particular area in your game room, when is enough enough?
So I think it just depends on like the different systems. So obviously you can have Nintendo 64 games, you can have an entire full library fit on one just entire shelf, and you can have the room to add these little accent pieces. But when you're collecting like these big boxes for the Nintendo Switch or even the Wii, there's so many different big box games. They come in these extra, you know, large sizes.
Hey, yo, pause.
It's just crazy because you can't really fit as many on a particular shelf. And then you have to move into different areas throughout the entire game room.
That's right. So even something like this, you all know what this game is. So if you got a shelf full of N64 cartridges and then you add a big box, do you normally try to group those together? Do you space them out? How do you go about that? How would you add it to your collection?
So like for this one, for instance, we have this press kit for the Nintendo 64 game Conker's Bad Fur Day. So of course that had to have its like front and center piece because it's such a larger box. And then you have all of the other games, you know, kind of centered around it. So you just try and create something that looks visually appealing, and then you can group different things, like Pokemon is on each of the different sides, you know, here, just kind of like focusing in on the shelf here, so that you kind of break up some of the smaller games, and then you have, you know, a variety, you know, throughout this whole area.
So we just saw Gamer Aimer's incredible collection. Speaking of collections, if you want to see another video that we collab on where we talk about how to go about completing full collections, go over to her channel, which is
Gamer Aimer. You can find me on pretty much anything with that name.
And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to her channel, subscribe here, make sure you drop the like button, turn the bell on notifications, don't miss a single episode, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Follow me on all social media platforms at VideoGameVotary.